you ever think about the forces you can't see? The ones that are, shaping everything around us? It's wild to think that sometimes the answer to a huge life or death problem comes from a power that's, well, completely invisible. So let's dive into a story that's all about that.
So, meet Reshma. She's a young storyteller living in this beautiful coastal town, and she absolutely loves writing tales for her grandmother. Right now, she's working on a really special one for her grandma's 60th birthday. It's all about the town's history, about these incredibly brave sailors who used to sail right from her shores.
But Reshma's had a snag. She's kind of written her characters into a corner. See, in her story, these sailors get caught in this just terrifying storm. The waves are huge, the sky is pitch black, and the stars, the only thing they use to navigate, are totally hidden by clouds. They are completely, utterly lost at sea. And that's the question that just stopped her right in her tracks. I mean, seriously, how did they do it? How do you find your way home when there are no landmarks, no stars, nothing? Well, the answer, it lies in that invisible force we were just talking about. Okay, so to figure out how these sailors got home, we've got to take a little detour and talk about the stuff all around us. It turns out some materials have this really special hidden property, a property that literally has the power to show us the way. And that property? It's magnetism. You can pretty much split the whole world of materials into two big groups. The first group is what we call magnetic materials. We're talking about things like iron, nickel, and cobalt, stuff that feels a definite pull from a magnet. And the difference is actually super simple to see. You take a metal paperclip, right? It'll practically leap across the table to a magnet, but a plastic ruler? Nothing. It doesn't feel a thing. One is magnetic and the other just isn't. And you see this all over the place with everyday stuff. An iron key? Magnetic. A screw? Magnetic. But a wooden pencil or a rubber eraser? Nope, not magnetic. And what's cool is that some things are a mix. Like scissors, the iron blades will stick to a magnet, but the plastic handle, not a chance. All right, so we get it. Magnets attract certain things. But what about the magnet itself? How does it work? Is its power just spread out all over? Or is something else going on? Let's zoom in and find out. It's a pretty simple question, but the answer is fascinating. So think about it for a second. If you're holding a bar magnet, where do you think the pull is the strongest? Is it the same all over? Is it in the middle? Let's see. Whoa, look at that! When you sprinkle these tiny iron filings over a magnet, they don't just stick everywhere. They create these incredible, fuzzy-looking clusters right at the very ends. It's such a cool visual, and it proves that the magnetic force isn't even at all. It's concentrated at two specific points, and we call those the poles. Now, this is super important. Every single magnet has two poles, a north pole and a south pole. But here's the really wild, kind of mind-bending part. You can never, ever have just one. It's impossible. If you take that magnet and snap it in half, you don't get a lonely north pole and a lonely south pole. Nope. You get two brand new, smaller magnets, and each one has its own north and south pole. Crazy, right? Okay, so magnets, poles, how in the world does this help our sailors who are lost in the middle of a storm? Well, this is where it all comes together. This is where the real magic happens. Check this out. It's a super simple experiment. If you just take a regular bar magnet and hang it from a thread so it can spin around freely, something absolutely incredible happens. You can spin it, you can mess with it, but no matter what, when it finally comes to a rest, it always points in the exact same direction. Every single time. It lines itself up perfectly on a north-south line. This is not a coincidence, folks. It's a fundamental property of how magnets work. But why? Why does it do that? The reason is honestly one of the coolest things about the planet we live on. Our Earth is a giant magnet. I mean, a truly gigantic magnet with its own massive magnetic field and its own north and south poles. That little magnet on the string, it's just lining itself up with the huge planet-sized one it's sitting on. And that's the secret. That is how those ancient sailors found their way home. They figured this out and built the magnetic compass, basically just a tiny, free-spinning magnet that always points north. And with that little device, they could find their way through any storm. And just like that, Reshma finally had the perfect ending for her grandmother's story. So we know how a magnet lines up with the whole planet.
But what happens when you bring two magnets near each other? Well, it all boils down to two really simple, really predictable rules.
The rule is probably one you've heard before. Opposites attract, and like poles repel. It's that simple. Bring a north pole to a south pole, and they'll snap together. That's attraction. But try to push two north poles together, or two south poles, and they'll push each other away. You can actually feel it. That's repulsion.
And you can see that push and pull happening right here. Look, on one side, you bring two like poles together, and you can almost feel that invisible force field pushing the other magnet away. Then, on the other side, you introduced opposite poles, and bam, that same magnet gets pulled right back in. So once you get these rules, it opens up all kinds of fun things you can try. But, with great power comes, well, you know the rest. You got to be a little careful. One of the coolest things about magnetic force is that it can work through stuff. It's like magic. You can drop a paperclip in a glass of water, and then, with a magnet on the outside of the glass, drag that paperclip all the way up the side. You don't even have to get your hands wet. That invisible force just goes right through the glass and the water. But here's the thing, magnets aren't invincible. They can actually lose their power. If you treat them rough, like dropping them a lot or hitting them with a hammer or heating them up, you can totally mess up their internal structure and basically turn them off. Their magnetic power can just fade away.
So to keep them safe and strong, there's a right way to store them. You always want to keep them in pairs with their opposite poles facing each other. Then you put a little piece of wood between them. And finally, you place these soft iron bars, they're called keepers, across the ends. This whole setup creates a closed loop that helps them keep their strength for a long, long time.
So think about where we've been. We started with a lost ship in a storm. We discovered the poles of a magnet, and we ended up realizing our entire planet is basically a giant compass. We already know this invisible force can do mind-blowing things, like making super fast trains literally float on air. It just makes you wonder, right? If it can do all that, what else could this incredible invisible force do?